and WGKB Waukesha, live from American Family Insurance Studios.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests of this program are of their own and not a reflection of Milwaukee Black Media or 1017 The Truth. Good afternoon, Milwaukee. You're tuned in to The Lunch Break on 1017 The Truth, where everything is an option on the menu.
And one thing about me, I'm a tough cookie, but I know what I can't do, and I'm not suffering. All right, I fought my whole life. I'm all right.
Excuse me, Cletus. Hoppo, who this man?
Yeah, I wasn't doing it. So I was like, I'm not paying $1,000 to sleep on somebody's couch.
Grab your lunch, hit send on that email, and get ready for the best hour of your day.
My way of thinking is that the parents do all they can, but once the kids leave out that door, whatever have you, they make their own decisions. I don't care if you're 9 or 99, it's still your decision about the situations that you get involved yourself in.
We talking about taxpaying citizens who look into their taxes. Look into this. We talking about elected officials doing backdoor deals, and somehow she still want to blame immigrants. That's what we talking about right now. We following the money, and you still want to blame black people and immigrants and welfare and all of these things for policies and backdoor deals that put poor people in worse position.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the 3rd Street Market Hall.
Like you said, they want to pad their pockets, but they need a reason to push things through. And I guess the low-hanging fruit is, okay, well, this is a problem, right? Y'all want to fix the problem, and they just hope nobody looks into it like, wait, when did food trucks become an issue?
Here are your hosts, Ray Nitty and Maybe Shannon.
What's up, Milwaukee? It is Maybe Shannon, and you are listening to The Lunch Break with Ray Nitty and Maybe Shannon. We are right here on 101.7 The Truth. I'm Maybe Shannon, and Brother Z is holding it down on production and sound. We are live from the American Family Studio inside the 3rd Street Market Hall. And cousins, we got a lot on the plate today. First up, we have a very, very special guest in the building. We've got Milwaukee's own very special guest. And we going to hold off before we tell y'all who that is. You know, he has some community impact, activism, journalism, all of it. Milwaukee, you know him very well. But after that, he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to co-host with me for a little bit on the lunch break because Ray is still out of town. He'll be back next week. But until then, our guest is going to stick around and hold it down, you know. And this conversation can go anywhere. We've got some good topics for him to weigh in on. We're going to get into that Druski skit that went viral about CTE. He basically did a skit, and it's got some people buzzing, former football players, basketball players. Even though some people thought it was hilarious, some people thought it went a little too far. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to ask the question is, where do you draw the line in comedy? And can everything be joked about? And does it change when the joke involves a comedian that has had very real, or I'm sorry, when it involves a condition that has had very real effects on a community or families or athletes? We also are going to talk about parents and family members because we definitely have a conversation about that. This is a football packed show today, actually. For some reason, that's just how the cookie crumble, y'all. I ain't do it on purpose. But we're going to talk about some family members running on the field during football games. This, for some reason, seems to keep happening more and more lately. People are getting real comfortable. So if a family member is playing football, I guess people are starting to feel like they on the team too. And I'm going to guess no. I don't think that's true. Got to stay off the field and let these kids play. But we're going to talk about it because I think just yesterday we had an incident in Milwaukee happen. About a week ago, an incident somewhere in Tennessee happened. And then we're going to get into romance scams, y'all. Speaking of football, once again, somebody got scammed by who they thought was a football player. And that's an interesting story. That is an interesting story. So we have a lot to talk about. We're talking about fake careers, fake bank accounts, fake investments, fake relationships, and people just pretending to be celebrities all around and working their way into other people's lives and scamming them out of sometimes millions. I also wanted to talk about a heartbreaking case that involved a romance scam, because it seems that people think it's only older people that fall victim to these types of scams. So we'll talk about some of the older people that have fallen victim. But the more recent one that I want to start with is actually, I think younger women were being scammed. So listen, if you want to call or text, the number to dial is 833-212-1017. Don't forget, this is your table too, y'all. Join the conversation. Tell us what you think. We're going to talk about all types of stuff today, and we're super excited for the guest that's going to be coming on shortly. So give us a call, 833-212-1017. Make sure you guys are following me everywhere at Maybeshannon, Maybeshannon. And then join our lunch break community. It's on Facebook at the lunch break on Facebook, y'all. Make sure y'all join us. We're growing. We got plenty. We growing, man. We've been posting. We growing. We doing something over there. Don't miss out on the conversations after the lunch break ends, you know. And if you want to watch us live right now, you want to head over to YouTube. Search 101.7 The Truth on YouTube, y'all. Like I said, especially because we have a very special guest coming in, I want y'all to join the YouTube chat. Join our cousins in the chat. And make sure you guys pull up. All right? And join our cousins, man. They be in the chat going crazy sometimes. We got a fun group of people over there. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. But before we go off to break, I did want to talk about my last day in Milwaukee. I was supposed to tell y'all about that yesterday, but you know, we had a lot on our plate yesterday too. We had a full menu, right? And I didn't want to leave anything untouched, but I ended up not touching on the youth lab that I worked the day before I left Milwaukee. All right, I got to do something really cool. I hung with the young people over at Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club, and we helped them find their radio voice. Okay, so we worked on commercial reads. We helped them bring personality into it. And then we helped them find their confidence behind the mic, right? And it was so fun to watch these young minds at work and watch them come up with their own commercial, come up with their own theme, watch them just work together as a team and naturally find, okay, who's going to help us with the script, who's going to read the script, who's pretty much producing. It was really cool to just watch them. And I promise you, it looked like a little 101.7 The Truth over there. It was cute. So I do want to share with you guys what they came up with. And like I said, at first, a few of them were shy and you could hear that they were thinking about every word when they were recording. But then you realize I could put my personality into this. I could make it my own. And they really started to loosen up and they started having fun. And they were like, are y'all coming back? One little girl was like, could you be my mama? I was like, you almost got me. Listen, I am a sucker for kids. I know. I've been like, girl, come on. I got a little room. I got some room. But I think it was more so she was just having such a good time. She was having fun. And I was just like, oh, it's not you know how some people be like, oh, this must be something going on at her home life. No, I think we was just having fun and she was a kid and she was like, dang, you must be a fun mama. You know what I'm saying? She was like, can you be my mama? I was like, I could be your radio mom. I could be your play mom for right now. Let's get this done. You know, it was really, really cool. It was one little girl that reminded me of Sierra. I was like, she running the show. I was like, she got it. She telling them what to do, telling who to read. Well, it was really cute.
A little Cece is crazy.
Yes. Cece was there. She'll tell you. We was like, you got potential, kid. You're gonna be running things later. So it was really cool to watch kids be exposed to something different, right? And some of the kids even they came from more of the producer aspect of it, right? And they were like, you know, I'm into music and producing and this and that. And watching them work with Meech, they were so excited to see how that worked, how you put it together. It was just so cool. So it got me thinking sometimes a child. Oh, perfect. So it got me thinking sometimes a child doesn't even know that they have a passion for something unless they're exposed to it, right? And I just thought about that because it's one of those things where as a kid, I didn't even think being on the radio was an option. I just didn't know anybody that did it personally. So it's just yeah, that's just something I didn't even know where I thought radio personalities came from. I was just I don't know where that comes from. But to have had something like this, that would have definitely like put fire under my feet way earlier. So before we play the clips, well, matter of fact, I'm going to let you listen to their clips, their radios. Mind you guys, they came up with the whole thing. They came up with whatever they wanted to sell, whatever they wanted to promote. They came up with the verbiage and they put it all together. So I want you guys to listen to it. This is 101.7 The Truth. These are the kids from Mary Ryan, Boys and Girls.
Hey, it's your girl Bella, aka Malia. Have you ever tried watermelon before? If you didn't, go down to the store and get some. There are a bunch of different types of watermelon. Fun fact, watermelon goes on a vine. Go down and get your watermelon for the party in the USA.
So that was the first one. You want me to do the other one right away too?
Yeah, so that was the first one. That was the first group of kids, and then we're going to play the second as well.
Hello, my name is Druski. I'm going to be performing at Beats and Treats September 5th, 12 to 6 p.m. at Kilbourne Reservoir Park. There's going to be food trucks there, music, and there's going to be overall just good vibes.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Paper Stacks. I'm going to be performing live at Beats and Treats September 5th.
All right, yep. Just catch us live September 5th, 12 to 6 at Beats and Treats. Be there.
Yeah, they went crazy.
I'm just such a proud mama. I was so proud of them, dude. Like, it was so cool to watch them, like, literally, like, in that small amount of time, like, put it all together, come up with the script, and, like, do their reads and find their voice and find their confidence. And then, like, to hear it back, they got to hear it right then and there. So, like, they were like, oh, that's how I sound? Okay. And one of the little boys was the brother of one of the little girls. So he heard hers first and he was like, that's my sister? Like, he was like, dang, okay, this sounds good. Like, it was just super exciting to hear it. So I guess something. All right. So one of my questions is like, what's something that people expose you to that stuck to you as a kid, whether it be like a hobby, whether it was your actual career? If you guys have something that stuck with you as a kid, I want to hear about it. Make sure you guys drop it in the chat or give us a call at 833-212-1017. But we're going to go to break. Head over to our YouTube. We have a very special guest in. You don't want to miss it. When we come back, we're going to introduce our very special guest.
Don't go anywhere.
There's a little time left in the summer and there's still so much to get involved in as we end the summer safe. Milwaukee youth ages 12 to 18 can tap into free safe summer sites, activities, food, music, sports, creative experiences, and free youth events happening all across the city. There's something to do, somewhere to go, and something new happening every week. Visit tapinmke.com to see what's happening near you. That's tapinmke.com. Milwaukee, let's end the summer safe and start the school year right.
Are you tired of the constant maintenance costs, chasing rent payments, and handling tenant issues? Stop doing it all yourself. At Odom Investments and Property Management, we take the stress out of property ownership. From rent collection and maintenance coordination to tenant communication and investor-focused management, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your portfolio. Call 1-855-ODOM-WAY, that's 1-855-636-6929, or visit odomhomes.com today.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
The realest man. I got them streets. I came in the game with everything I wanted. It's about respect to me. Love to see when I walk up in the club and you run up on me, tell me I'm the realest living. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the realest in it. You already know.
No, Shannon, you know what? It's time for the real version. It's time for the real version. It's time for the real
The most
version.
requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe, from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We about that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The
Yeah.
Truth. Tory Lowe. Hey.
I know that's right. What's up? So if you guys are listening, you are listening to The Lunch Break with Ray Nitty and maybe Shannon. But we got a special co-host today. We got Tory Lowe in the building. If you don't know now, you know for sure, right? How you feeling, Tory?
Hey, I'm feeling powerful. How you doing, Shannon?
Man, I'm good. It's good to see you. It's good
It's good to see you. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. When I came in, I was like, hey, it feel like home.
I already know. So Milwaukee knows you by name. They've seen you advocating for families and things of that nature. And honestly, I know you're the co-host, but I also wanted to do a little bit of an interview. Is that okay? We're gonna do the first segment.
I'm here
we're
with
do a
you.
little interview.
I'm here with you. Let's get it.
You listen, I came to
What's
co-host.
happening
I ain't
then?
come to be in a hot seat.
Hey, let's go.
All
I'm
right,
with it.
all
I'm with
right,
all
cool.
the smoke. Let's get it.
I know that's right. So Tory, people know you by name and they know that you advocate in the city. You do a lot of work with us in the city. But for the people that may not know the whole story, or they might have heard the name but not exactly know what you do, who is Tory Lowe?
Well, Tory is just somebody that wants to help. And I just want to see, as I want to help as many people as I possibly can before my time is up. So that's just something that's been in me. I was a young deacon. At 15 years old, I was a deacon in church and things like that. And I served the community as a young. And all the people I know in high school know me as a person that worked and helped. I'm not no different now than I was in high school to a lot of people that I went to high school with at North Division. And I used to stand outside the dances and be like, y'all ain't supposed to be up in here. Y'all going to hell. I was one of those kids. And so now, as I grew and mature and understand and grown and got better at, being wiser at what I do, now I just focus on helping whoever. I'm talking about, I got a wide range of people that call me, anything from just, I don't have no bus, to homicide, to murder, to human trafficking. I deal with some of everything in the Black community. So that's just something that's going to happen to the day I leave this place.
I know that's right. So what shaped you? I know you said you've always been that way, pretty much. You always helped, or you always were listen, y'all ain't supposed to be in these dances. You were always pretty much a leader and the person that wanted people to walk that righteous path, right? So what do you think, what experiences helped you get to become that person?
Good mentors. I always say you need, as a young man, I had a lot of elders around me, a lot of old minded people that had guided me along the way. So that was just what it was. If I didn't have those old mothers of the church, my grandmother, she was a praying woman. I soaked in a lot of the old ways, the way that they was trying to conduct themselves. And it just grew inside they planted those seeds and it just grew inside me as I went along the way. Now I got out here and got wild now.
It just never happened. Hey, hold on, it just never happened in Milwaukee. Like I was in Iowa and I got in a rock band. I went from a choir, then I went out to Iowa and got in a rock band, and I was in a rock band for like 8 years. So like I seen both sides of life, but when my I had to go out and learn and try to adventure out on my own, and then I learned a lot from that. But then God, something happened extreme in Minnesota where I was at a packing plant working as a manager, and some guys tried to jump me and tie me up and throw me in the hog grinder. And then after that, and after that, I started like going to like federal court in Minnesota and learning about certain things, a court and federal court and how it all works. And so when I came home, I was ready. I was made in Minnesota. I tell people I was made in Minnesota, and God told me to come home and get to work. So that's what they're seeing is the work.
So look, I'm just gonna ask this question: what happened to the guys that tried to do that? Did they end up in jail?
2 of them ended up in jail. 2 of them ended up in jail. So, and they was 2 brothers. They ended up in jail, and the rest just lost their jobs and stuff like that for whatever. But I was in the middle of an all-white town, so a lot of that was politics. A lot of it was politics. So, that's how I learned how to do what I'm doing now, because I was somewhere and it was very extreme. And so now I come home and I know how to understand. I know how to go into these small towns, these sundown towns. I know how to, I had to go through it myself personally. But now I just, like I said, one call, we gonna get it right. That's a lot of things that I have been through personally. So now I know exactly what to do.
Yes. And that's needed. And I kind of mentioned that yesterday when I was like, sometimes it takes people from Milwaukee or people that love Milwaukee to go outside of Milwaukee and understand what we need. Sometimes it takes that. Sometimes it takes that life experience and that lived experience to bring it back home and be like, this is what we can do better. This is where we can change things. And I know how to handle this situation now because I experienced it elsewhere. So I definitely respect that. And you've been doing this work for years, right?
17 years.
17. What keeps you going when some of the problems we're fighting seem like it's just a never-ending cycle?
Well, I'll say this. It's going to take us to help us. We can't look outside ourselves no matter what the conditions are. We are resilient. We are the ones that's going to make sure that if our problems turn around, it's going to be because we did it. That's why I always say if everybody do a little, don't nobody have to do a lot. So I'm by request. So anytime I'm involved in something, the family actually reached out to me to try to get it resolved. So I don't just be out here seeing something on TV and be like, oh, I want to go do that. No, I get a call. No, I'm by request. I'm the most requested advocate in the state of Wisconsin. I go up and down the state of Wisconsin and handle situations outside of our community as well. Like they look at my social media, other races look at my social media and be like, can he help me? So I deal with Native Americans, Hispanics, everybody. I was just talking to a Hispanic woman yesterday. She was up in here. I work for WTMJ as an investigative reporter.
Yeah.
Everybody, all races come to get the help, but I mainly help the north side of Milwaukee because that's where I live and that's where my people are.
I know that's right. Man, that's something right there. Like, and I do know you help so many different people, but to be by request only and be this busy is like, man, do you ever sleep?
Sleep? What is that? What is that? What? How do you spell it?
What is that?
How do you spell it? Because I've been trying to tell you. You know what? I'll tell you this. The randomness of trauma is all around the clock. And people get mad when I say you can't work a 9 to 5 and help the community. Like, tragedy sometimes happen at the weirdest hours. It's 24 hours. And so I made myself open for the randomness. And it's my purpose. So like I said, it doesn't bother me as much because I was prepared for the purpose. And so I don't see it as I'm up all night or nothing like that. I only think I see it is, okay, let me hurry up, kind of get a diagnostic on this situation so I can begin to work. So sometimes in my brain, I'll be working on 6 situations at one time. So it's just what it is. And I'm made for it. And it is what it is. Everybody have their own calling. Everybody have their own way of dealing with things. This is just the way God designed me to help.
I know that's right. And you mentioned you are an investigative reporter for 620 WTMJ, right?
Right.
it sounds like you've spent years being that person that calls the reporters, questioning institutions, and demanding answers. And now you're working in the news. How different does the world look from the reporter side? Do you feel like the difference now? Now you're the reporter.
Well, I'll say this: it's twofold, because all throughout my life, our leaders had to go reach out to the media to get their voices heard. And I just became the media. So I knocked out I don't have to go reach out to anybody. So I could just take a situation from 0 to 60 because I pressed a button on it. So that's the difference. Like I don't have to run to outlets to get my voice heard or get any situation I'm dealing with out to the public. So to me,
for sure,
I just feel like at this point, I've eliminated the middleman.
Okay. So what's something that you think the traditional newsrooms misunderstand about Milwaukee's Black people?
Well, the narratives, and plus they come from neighborhoods where they heard stereotypes about Black people all their life. So they not from our neighborhoods, so they're reporting on our neighborhoods, and sometimes those stereotypes seep in because they have no connection with the community. So they ride around all day, get a lot of the news out of our neighborhoods, but they have no connection or no personal connection. And you got to realize they probably live in neighborhoods or came from neighborhoods where there weren't that many Blacks, and now they're reporting and writing up the story. So it's going to have that little tinge in it. And sometimes, that we don't like the way that they produce those ideas, and that's why we have to get out here and put our own narratives out. And that's what I've been doing for 17 years. I shape the narratives from my neighborhood because I know what's really going on.
Man, I definitely understand that. And then it comes that part of it where, like, when I worked at the hospital, I also remember like thinking these people are coming into our communities and they're doing the work. They're riding around, like you said, getting these reports, and they're probably not from here. And a lot of times in Wisconsin, if we being honest, a lot of these people, they don't even know Black people in real life still. Like, it's still that segregated. So then you come into these communities, you're working in these communities, and you're seeing people on what is the worst day of their lives most of the time. When you coming into our community and doing a report, it's the worst day of their life. When a person going into the hospital, it ain't because they just want to visit a hospital. It's they having a bad day. When you're policing a community, you half the time showing up, something bad happened over there. So when people are coming in these communities and they don't know us for real, like how you do, Tory, it like you said, it's that tinge to it where it's like, it feel like y'all judging us. It feel like this is like a stereotype that y'all putting on us instead of understanding we people too, but y'all seeing us on a bad day. But we're going to get back into this interview after we go to break. Thank you, Tory, for being here. You are listening to The Lunch Break with Maybe Shannon and Ray Nitty. We'll be right back after these messages.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions
to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Just wait for it. Just wait for it. What you say?
If you ain't know, I get the pesos. Got a lot of brothers, some of them play bros. They don't wanna say it, but they hate gold. They all mad 'cause I got the what? Tory Lowe.
Man, that was good, Tory. That had me moving over here. I'm like, hey. So now that's one of them songs I'm gonna be singing all day now. I'm gonna be over here like Tory Lowe.
Hey, we having fun. We having fun, Shannon.
Definitely, man. So getting back into these questions, if you guys are just tuning in, you are listening to the lunch break with Ray Nitty and maybe Shannon, but we got Tory Lowe here today. He's co-hosted for Ray Nitty today while he's out. And I wanted to kick it off by doing a short interview for those of you that don't know, or those of you that need a refresher on who Tory Lowe is, the man, the myth, the legend, right? So we were getting into some of these questions, and we just stopped where you were talking about being a reporter and being an activist and how that transition looked and what it feels like to be on the other side now. Well, not even exactly on the other side, but because, like you said,
it's the best of both worlds.
It's the best of both worlds.
It's definitely the best of both worlds. And I'll say this: there was an 8-year-old missing, and as a reporter, we had posted it because everybody was posting it on the news because it was an 8-year-old. But as an advocate, the mother called me. So at the same time, I'm standing there. I'm the one that's the media and the advocate at the same time. And we ended up finding the girl. As an advocate, we found the girl. And as the media, I reported that she was found at the same time. So it's just, it's nothing different. It's all coming from one person, and it's nothing separate. We still out here. I've never slowed down. A lot of people with my position, with my where I am in life, would not be advocating around the clock. They'd be actually trying to kick back and enjoy some of the fruits of the labor. But we still got more to go, and there's no time to relax because there's a lot to do.
For sure. And what you just said definitely is true, because I think people forget, even like before the news reports certain stuff, I see it on Facebook. I see it on people's social media. I see it on your page. I'm like, oh, okay, like this is what happened. And then later on you see it from the news. So you being a reporter is perfect because you actually out here, boots on the ground, getting the information and being able to report those stories as they happen. One of your biggest parts of advocacy involves helping families and dealing with missing loved ones. And you mentioned that. How did you become the person that these families start calling when something happens?
Okay, well, I started out cleaning up, first of all. Before I even got to advocacy, I was just trying to clean the neighborhoods. And so a lot of the neighborhoods, I think I went like a whole summer, like meeting different people in the community. The easiest way to break the ice, they call it icebreakers, is to go serve. And so once I was actually going through the neighborhoods, helping clean up, and some of the people would go through some incidences, or they work with me to clean up the neighborhoods, and they friend will go through something. They started calling me, and so what happened was people just was like, call Tory, he may know what to do. And as I started getting results, people just wanted the result. So they would see that somebody got a similar result of something that they were dealing with, and they was like, okay, well, let's call that guy. So after 17 years, it's just, it's in the history books.
People knew who to call.
Yep.
They go-to person in the community for sure.
Yeah, I started from the ground up. Yeah. So when they say you got it out the mud, I started as, I was knocking on people's doors asking, can I clean their front yard? And they was looking at me like, who is you? Like,
just doing the work, from the ground.
Then I didn't think people had trust issues, but I was like, I'm just trying to pick up the paper. So I had to change my strategy. So I said, hey, I'm Tory Lowe with Urban Cleanup. I started putting the name to
just
it.
like, oh, I'm just
they think now they can relate because, okay, you with Urban Cleanup, okay, you can clean the yard. But when I said I was just a regular person coming to clean, what you want? You ain't what you cleaning my yard for?
Right.
So it was
you gonna
like,
make me pay you. You gonna
facts. So I think, I just realized that the people had a huge mistrust. Period, and I was able to penetrate that with just going out and serving. So,
man, that's nice. So, this question wasn't even on my list of questions, but I do wonder because I just asked if you ever get sleep, and you said even you started out by yourself clean up. Do you have a team of people helping you out, or is it still like a one-man band, where you literally are doing all of this work on your?
Well, the majority of it is one-man band.
Yeah,
but I do have people like Elizabeth Brown,
that part,
people that come through and say, okay, and they may be there for a season because they just want to help. But no matter if somebody show up or not, I have to continue to do what God asked me to do. God asked me to do what I'm doing, and I'm open for assistance, but they may be just helping and just doing it because they want to do something, but they have their own journey. So we cross paths with people all the time. Like so many beautiful people in the community, so many amazing people out here trying to help. I get to see everybody. I get to talk to everybody. And we get to, kind of strategize, and we keep it moving. Our paths will cross. If you out here doing anything purposefully, our paths will cross.
For sure. And I know the conversation comes up a lot around the time where voting is a thing, where we're using influencers or people that are activists and things like that in our community. Do you think Milwaukee politicians genuinely listen to the community advocates? And do you think do you think it's one of those things where they act like they're listening and then when the cameras leave, they're done? Or do you think they genuinely want us in those rooms? They want to listen?
No. Well, everything is to corral the public. Everything is about can we get the public under control? Now, I don't give my energy to meetings. I don't do meetings. I don't do none of that. I've been independent. I'm proud to be an independent. I'm self-made. I'm a self-made advocate. And I don't, even on some of the proclamations that they give me, they say Tory Lowe paid for his movement out of his own pocket. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think, oh, you got to be with these people. You got to be with that people. No, I can choose and pick and choose whatever the hell, I do whatever I feel like doing. If I did it, I felt like doing it. And maybe you can't do that.
Yeah.
But as a person that I decided that I'm going to do what's best, I'm the one that people have to call to get the help. So I'm going to make the decisions. I'm never going to sit at a table with somebody telling me what to do. It's never going to happen.
Right. And I do know there was a point in time, right, Tory? And tell me if you think I'm right or wrong. There was a point in time where a lot of people, we know you've been doing this for 17 years, right? But a lot of people were popping up as activists. Do you think there's performative activism happening in the city? Just people that want to be seen more than they want to actually do the work. You as an original activist, how do you feel about that statement?
Well, I'll say this, and okay, you got so many different ideas out here. You got the gangster idea, you got the pimp idea, and then I can't hate on somebody that's trying to help, even if they're failing at it, So to me, I feel like you can't have it all the ways. You can't say, okay, I don't like this person trying to advocate, even if you think it's questionable. They could be out here trying to pimp. They could be out here trying to gangbang. They could be out here knocking your grandma upside the head. So what I decided to do, was help anybody that was trying to help, giving them tips. When I see them, we talk tips. I be trying to say, hey, look, try to make, and they listen. Sometimes, they may not have it all the way together, but the fact that they want to be an advocate instead of a gangster, or they want to be an advocate instead of a pimp, or they want to be an advocate instead of something else, I'm happy that they even in the ideal of trying to help, because one person may get help if they acting like they trying to help somebody. So you can't just say you're an advocate and don't help nobody. So I already know that they have to show improve on that level. So maybe they help 2 or 3 people. That's 2 or 3 people that wouldn't have got help if they wasn't thinking like an advocate. So I'll say this. Everybody go through their little way of thinking and ideal and transformation, and they may not be on the same level. But like I said, it's so many different ideas that's out here breaking up the community that if you thinking you're an advocate, I'm going to try to just give you tips. You don't have to have it all the way together. Just get on the road and have a sincere heart. Now, some people out here that's, kind of like the ministry. They out here, trying to take the people for a ride in wolves and sheep clothing. They doing all this extra stuff, but that's on them and they soul and God. That's between them and God. Only thing we can do is try to get the people that have the right intentions and move the people forward.
I know that's right. Well, Tory, thank you for sitting here and rocking with us at 101.7 The Truth. You guys are listening to The Lunch Break with maybe Shannon and Ray Nitty. Ray Nitty is not here, but Tory Lowe is holding it down. We're going to be right back after these messages. Do not go anywhere. Call us. 833-212-1017 is the number to dial. Again, that number is 833-212-1017. Call us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Don't go anywhere.
We Energies is asking the Public Service Commission of Wisconsin for permission to raise electric and natural gas rates again in 2027 and 2028. For families already struggling with high energy bills, these increases are more than just numbers. They can mean choosing between keeping the lights on, groceries, rent, or filling a prescription. It's up to all of us to make sure everyday families are not left paying the bill for infrastructure that primarily benefits large corporate energy users, which includes an increasing demand for massive data centers. So please join us September 1st as we fight for our lights. The rally starts 11:30 a.m. at the corner of 301 West Michigan Street at Zeidler Union Square Park. For more information, please go to www.walnutway.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. Improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to health care and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Was that a DJ Brother Z exclusive?
What's up, Milwaukee? You are listening to the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. We are live in the studio with Tory, Lowe. This is the lunch break. I'm Maybe Shannon. And we've been interviewing him pretty much. He came to co-host, but I had too many questions. I think I was over here like, no, I got some questions. Look, hold on now.
Here we
go. It's good to
go.
be the co-host, but I wanted to be nosy.
Here
Look.
we go.
And I got a few more questions before we transition into the topic at hand that I also have questions about. But we getting to know Tory Lowe. So
If they don't know by now, I can't.
now they know.
Hey, it is
I'm
what
just
it is. What
saying,
it is.
everybody
Look,
gotta
I
know.
was 5.5 years on this air, on these airways. So if they don't know,
Yeah.
then they just, hey, it is what it is. It's pretty much.
Yeah.
They can actually go to YouTube and click on a couple old videos, I guess.
But technically, this would have been Sherwin's time, so
Oh, that's right.
You know his listeners, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, salute. Trash.
See? Different. It's different.
It's okay.
A little bit of different.
It's okay. I'm here to help, so I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
I could care less.
All right. They've been all right.
In my world,
They be
people want outcomes.
they be hot and cold.
I mean, some of these
They
people
be
when
hot
they
and
be
cold. It
talking,
looks like they showing you love.
I'm talking about sometimes when people be talking out of the side of their neck, I hope they brush their teeth. You know what I mean? Gargle or
And
something.
half the time they ain't doing it.
They ain't doing it.
Half the time when people, if they talk too much mess, they ain't even taking the time to brush
Hey.
their teeth. They wake up on that. You know that.
Hey,
But they be hot and cold over here.
When they be talking, it's a triple entendre. They be really talking crazy. It's smelling crazy at the same time.
But it looks like you got a lot of love in them comments,
course,
though.
truth.
So
The
they
chat,
on
what
their
they doing in the
good-
chat?
Yeah.
Salute to the chat.
Yeah, they
You
say,
know,
wow,
I love
Tory
the chat.
Lowe. Tory
God
Lowe,
bless
great.
everybody in the chat.
Yep. Oh, well, most of it is all love,
Well, like I said,
so
I
after
could care less,
everything-
but I love the people that want to get the work done. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So after everything you've seen, do you still believe in Milwaukee, and what continues to give you hope?
Do I believe in Milwaukee? I believe in my abilities to try to help. And like I said, I'm born and raised in Milwaukee. I was born and raised on 2351 North Fifth Street at Grandma's house. So I just, this is where I'm from. So, a lot of people, they brag about where they from with a lot of pride, and I brag about where I'm from. This is where I was born and raised. Out of all the places in the world, I was born right here in the city of Milwaukee, and Milwaukee is home. When I see that Milwaukee sign, I see my grandmother's house. I see how my childhood went. I see my family here. So it's no place like home, and I'm a very proud person to come from Milwaukee. Because if you can make it in Milwaukee, you can make it anywhere.
Man, come on now. That's what I tell people. People think I be playing. I was like, listen, if you can make it in Milwaukee, if you can move and groove around here, you can definitely make it anywhere. So what do you think when it's all said and done, right? What do you want your legacy to be in this city?
That I helped as many people as I possibly could. That boy helped them people. That's it. If they can
I
say
know
that,
that's right.
maybe a young person may, or somebody may get out of some of the negative, low vibration attitude and say, look, if Tory can come through and try to do it, I never took one penny from nobody I ever assisted. And I'm self-made. So I chose to follow my purpose. And I'm not a part of no organization or none of that. Never been. I do what I feel like it, and I'm proud of everything I ever tried to do, because it was always to the benefit of what I thought could move whatever I was doing forward.
I know that's right. So before we get into the topic, I want you to finish this sentence. Milwaukee would be a better city if we all started to
clean up.
Clean up. All right.
Clean the streets.
I agree. Look, I agree.
Clean the streets.
Ray told us a story. I don't remember if it was over the air, but I remember him telling me like he tried to somebody littered. He picked it up and threw it back in the car, and they upped the pistol on him. I was like, Ray, that ain't the way to do it, boss.
Well, the thing is,
so Ray would agree.
Cleanliness. Evil can't hide in the clean environment. Like Like people mind frames when they walk around and see trash and things cluttered, they kind of get a low vibration. So like sometimes you can see certain parts of the city look like a trash can. So I think that we can start by just cleaning up. Like the difference between the north side and maybe the suburbs is that a lot of people don't like to have trash around. So it's no different. It's just if we cleaned up, if we all like took a chance, took some time to practice, cleaning up the neighborhoods, we'll look like Sherwood.
Mm-hmm. No, for real. And it does change your attitude. That's why a lot of people say one step you could do is make your bed in the morning.
Yep.
Once you start your day off like that, everything starts to fall into place. When you wake up in an environment where everything look bad and everything falling apart, it's trash, it definitely changes your mood. It changes your attitude. So like you said, the first step, let's clean up. Let's keep it clean.
And that's something we all can do.
Tory,
you don't have to even pay for it.
Easy. You just, step outside your own house. I remember me and my mom, we stayed on 51st. Me and my mom and dad. Look, we had a home. Look,
okay, that's
the
what's
whole
up.
family stayed on 51st. I always say me and my mom because we be kicking it all the time. I be leaving everybody out.
Don't leave
Like, we live there too. Dang. Look, siblings and everything. A dog. Look, I just like, it was just me and my mom. Look, anyway. My bad. We stayed on 51st. And I remember like my mom used to every day go out there and 51st is busy by that church over there in between Congress Elementary, right? She go out there and she just clean up every single morning. People will literally like pull over to the side of the road just to dump stuff out right in front of your house. Like, bro, y'all are like, how trifling can y'all be? Like, it's just a trifling mindset, just thinking like the world is your dumpster when you should be really thinking the world is your oyster. That's neither here or there.
But that same person will go out there in West Allis and won't drop a bag of trash.
Oh, no.
They'll go out
they
to
gonna act
Walker
right.
Shaw.
They gonna keep it right in their car.
They gonna wait till they get to the north side.
Because people don't play.
Yep.
Karen gonna come out and throw a rock at your car and call the police, and you might do life.
You may not
behind
make it
that.
out. You may not even make it out of that township, throwing trash out the window.
Okay, man.
You gonna get pulled over and 2 stop signs later. Root, root. It's over.
Man, do life behind a littering. Man, Tory, I appreciate you for sitting down and letting us get into your story. But like I told the cousins earlier, you hanging out for a little bit, and I wanted to get your take on this topic, okay?
Let's say you see what he's wearing, right?
I see. You are wear the football jersey.
Hey,
okay.
come on now.
And so you're a fan.
It's football
You're
season. I'm the biggest.
You'd have a take on it.
I'm the biggest.
All right. So comedian Druski has the internet in shambles, and especially people that are into the sports world, right? He dropped a high production football skit surrounding concussions and CTE. And if you know Druski, you know his whole exaggerated style. He gonna have a character. It's gonna be an uncomfortable situation, and it's gonna be way over the edge, right? And some current and former professional athletes are saying this one just wasn't funny. So in the skit, Druski played a fictional football player named Ray Price. The character takes a huge hit on the football. Ray Rice, yes.
No, I'm saying.
That's what it's a play on?
Yeah, it was a play on Ray Rice here.
Oh, I didn't know that. Look, see, I was like, listen, I know funny, but listen. So he basically took a hit on the field, and from there you just watch the life spiral, right? Much like what we see in real life. He got a scene where he's driving recklessly. He's in a police chase. He's showing up at somebody's house, behaving erratically. He's banging his head against lockers. He's trying to become a rapper and a streamer. Then eventually he's at a press conference where he appears confused, and they're asking him questions, and he's like, I don't remember nothing but playing football. And it's clearly a joke that's built around the potential consequences of repeated head trauma, aka, CTE. But that's exactly why some former athletes aren't laughing about it, because for them, this isn't really hypothetical. They've watched their teammates and friends struggle. Former NFL safety Super Bowl champion TJ Ward was one of the people criticizing the skit. He basically asked why CTE is something that people feel comfortable turning into a punchline. And there's history behind his reaction. His former Denver Broncos teammate died at only 33 and was later found to have stage 2 CTE. So when somebody like Ward watches that skit, he's not only seeing Druski playing a character, he's remembering somebody he actually knew. A former Milwaukee Bucks legend, all-star Michael Redd, also weighed in, and he acknowledged that Druski's talented, but he also said CTE just shouldn't be a punchline. So because for professional athletes, possibly the possibility of permanent brain damage and this could be a real fear for them. Brain damage and all these things can be a real fear. And I wanted your take on that. How you feel about that?
Two ways. You know, Druski is a comedian, and I think that he pushes the edge with his skits. No matter what skit he does, you're going to get a bunch of backlash. But I'll say this. I met William Henderson from the Green Bay Packers at an event done by the gravedigger Gilbert Brown. And William Henderson was suffering from a lot of the punishment that he took from playing football. He was a fullback, one of the toughest fullbacks that the Green Bay Packers ever had. And he was suffering. And you can, that takes a toll on your body. And many times, a lot of those football players, when we talk about the serious side, like 4 years after they get out of the game, they are broke or bad decisions. A lot of that is contributed to a lot of the wear and tear on the body. And in football, concussions are a factor. People are colliding, and they don't even talk about it enough. So right now, even though a lot of people are upset, they're talking about CTE, and hopefully they can advance in trying to help prevent some of the concussions. But at the same time, Druski is one of those skit artists at the top of his game, and he's using it. Even though he's using it in comedy, if he's taking real skits and real examples from real life, and the name, what is it, Ray Price? It was a real running back with the 23 named Ray Rice that played for the Baltimore Ravens that punched his girlfriend in the elevator that had a lot of different things going on. So what I'm saying is I understood what he was trying to go with it. In the skit, but he was taking little pieces from real situations.
But that's what makes it good. Then that's what makes something good.
That's what makes it good, for sure. Well, listen, Tory, can you stay with us for one more second?
Of course,
because I want to get deeper into this.
Shannon.
I want to get deeper into this. This feels like a longer conversation.
It's Friday.
We here. All right. Listen, don't go anywhere. We are sitting here with Tory Lowe. We're going to be right back after these messages. You are listening to The Lunch Break on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Spaces are limited. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkeprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly
imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha, live from American Family Assurance Studios.
From going, well, maybe this guy can do it, to know he can do it. 19 in this. Oh, my goodness! Helmet's out, ball's out, and a penalty flag comes flying in.
Helmet-to-helmet hits are just part of tackling. Just watch the way he goes to the ground. He doesn't move.
That does it, folks. Not sure if Ray Price will remember this. Concussions like that tend to stay with you far into the postseason.
Try to angle me in. Fuck you, boy. Hey, take some of that horse speed, boy. Yes, sir.
Breaking news, this just in. A gold Ferrari is heading southbound on I-85. Former running back Ray Price shows no signs of stopping anytime soon as he leads police on a chase of over 10 miles.
CTE, what? They try to say I'm crazy, boy. How the boy go give it? CTE, what up? And I got shot. Sold myself. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. I just want to talk. I just want to talk, man.
No, get away from my door.
Leo! I swear to God, I just want to talk.
What the are you doing?
Open this I can any I want. Watch this shot. Hey, get your going to my room.
I can't. I'm on my phone right now.
Hey, get your going to my room.
Hold on. Ray, who was you talking to?
Hey, there wasn't nobody talking to you. Anyway. Get the out my house, bitch. Get the out my house.
Ray Price, what's your favorite play of all time?
Shit, keep it real with you, folks. I don't even remember. I don't remember nothing. I just play football.
Hey, Ray, over here, with the number of concussions you've suffered this season, do you have any concern over your long-term mental health?
No more questions. We're going to cut this presser.
Man, so if you're just tuning in, we've got Tory Lowe on the show, and we were talking about the Druski skit that some find funny and some others thought was hilarious, right? You got him portraying this football player that is clearly suffering from CTE. And we were just talking about, is it funny or is it one of those things where it gives you that laughing but very serious moment, which I think Tory Lowe and myself, we agreed that it's one of those videos that it's not necessarily look at those stupid football players or laughing at the situation, but it's very much holding a mirror to the football world, like, yo, this is what's going on. And sometimes that's what really gets people talking about a real situation.
Well, I'll say this, I didn't laugh at this. I just thought it was, I definitely saw it was sensitive because the one where he was trying to be a streamer, that's Adrian Broner.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like he's taking different things and putting it into one idea.
So like different sports.
Right, but it's coming from a lot of those skits are from real instances, but the name is Ray Rice, but the other instances are from different people that have brain damage or could potentially have from boxing, from different other sports. So I think that he kind of combined it all into the skit. But at the end of the day, it is extra sensitive to watch. But every skit, I knew exactly where he got it from.
Didn't you play football?
Because
I played
some of
football
that,
too,
like
as
if
well.
you're on TikTok, if you're on TikTok, you'll see Antonio Brown on there all the time
Right.
now. Like he's on there morning, noon, and night, and he's also trying to become a streamer. And a lot of these situations are very real situations.
Right.
And I laughed at it because it's like it's one of those things where it's like laughing but very serious. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen some of like
I think Druski's generation, they just know his comedy.
Yeah, at this point.
You know,
Yeah.
I think I remember when I was coming up and a lot of people thought that Eddie Murphy was offensive, you know, because he was talking about, you know, a lot of different things. They thought David Chappelle was offensive toward trans people. Like, I think good comedy, some people will see the comedy in it and some people going to get offended at a high level. So that he's no different from the other people that came before him with the controversy. I think that he's just doing it right now in 2026.
Yeah. And then I do want to point out too that it's one of those things where somebody mentioned like, oh, you don't see them making fun of AIDS. And I'm like, when Magic Johnson got AIDS, you definitely seen some comedians saying stuff like that. Didn't one of them say like, if you see a mosquito at Magic Johnson house, you better leave or something like that? Like it, like people like people do make fun of things like that.
That's so crazy.
They did. Like, it's
Wow.
look, and you over there cackling.
Magic Johnson,
Brother,
hey,
ain't right.
you can live through anything if Magic made
it.
Hey.
Hello. So it's just one of those things too, where sometimes comedy people don't think that deeply into stuff until somebody's like giving it to you in a lighthearted way or in a way that it causes people to speak. I genuinely feel like sometimes that's needed because even today, there's not a lot of young people that know what CTE is. A lot of people don't understand the effects that being hit that many times can cause on a person. They just think like, oh, these football players be tripping. They don't understand like there's underlying issues. So for somebody as big as Druski to even make a skit about it, ultimately, like I said, in a joking way, is getting 13 million people to look at it and be like, wait, what is this? What is CTE? Why is everybody in the comments arguing or talking about whatever this is? And maybe it pushes a bigger conversation forward for the league to look at the culture itself, you know?
Well, I'll say this, you know, when it's at this level, both things can be true at the same time. Some people looked at it as a skit. Some people looked at it as, hey, like maybe we need to do more. And I think the NFL has done more. I think Will Smith, like DJ Brother Z said, Will Smith did a movie about this condition that was happening and the fight, the doctor that, you know, that tried to bring attention to it. And I think that right now what is going to happen is some people are going to get offended, but then at the same time they get to have the conversation about it. And I think that many times when you can have a conversation about something, change can come as well. So let's see what happens.
For sure. Man, let's see what happens. And like I said, it's one of those things where it could be interpreted as criticism of the system. And I do feel like you can intend to expose something and still hurt people that's living through it. So I do understand like those other athletes coming out and being like, yo, like I got family and friends that went through this. And it's just opening the door for a larger conversation, I think. But yeah, give us a call, 833-212-1017, and let us know if you think Druski crossed the line. I'm going to read some of the... Okay, Tory, I'm gonna have you go ahead and kick it to the chat for us.
Oh, the chat. Okay, well, Truth Nation, y'all already know how we get down. What do we got in the chat? I see Not Really a City Girl salute. Reggio in the chat. Enlightenments is in the chat. Who else is in the chat? Guru in the chat. Like I said, we got somebody in the chat that says, where is it at? Druski is in his way, bringing awareness and stirring up needed conversations. It's not always cute, but it's necessary. Not Really a City Girl tapping in. How you doing, girl? You go, girl.
Yeah, it's just the way that he's gonna do it. Like if he's gonna bring awareness about the situation, he's gonna make a skit about it. And maybe that's just his way of being like, look, we gotta remember that this is a real thing. And with this season coming up, we gotta watch out for these concussions and all that.
Perfectly timed.
Because doesn't the season start when?
They just did. Look, that's y'all ball game. When the season starts.
I'm asking Tory.
The season is going. Preseason is going on right now. The season will be here in the next. I think the end of preseason was like this weekend.
Oh,
yeah. So we about to get into the regular season.
We balling. Just don't get CTE.
Yeah. And I think they said they just did like a study on it like yesterday on CTE or the day before he dropped the skit. And then you've got all of this stuff going on with like just a lot of drama involved in football. So it's perfectly timed. Definitely perfectly timed, and true comedic timing is always on time. You know what I'm saying? And like Not Really a City Girl said, it's one of those things where like it opens the door to an uncomfortable conversation. Enlightenment said that it's super insensitive. It can feel insensitive, but it's getting us talking. It's getting us talking.
And I don't think we would even discussed it. I know during the games they have concussion protocols now, where if a player is seeming to have a concussion, they have to go in the concussion protocol until they actually are, the doctors clear them. They can't come back and play. So, and then I also see that they got this different. Some of these players are wearing this different padding, this extra padding on top of the helmet.
I think it's called like an angel pad or something.
Yeah, so they're trying to do certain things, but the collision, when you playing football, in anything involving tackling, boxing, sports that
wrestling,
contact sports, UFC, like it can happen. So like I said, right now some people are having a real serious discussion about the brain damage things that go on with athletes right now because of this skit. But there are some people that are offended because it's nothing to joke about. They feel like, hey, this is just one of those topics that we got to make sure that we look into, but we don't make fun of those that are going through this type of. I can see both sides.
For sure. And like I said, it's one of those things where like I feel like up until that Will Smith movie and even a little bit after that, people really didn't know what was happening. People weren't having those conversations. It still isn't, I feel like, as publicized as it should be, and it's not as known as it should be what's going on. And they are doing certain things to try to like lessen the blows, like wear those helmets. But I also think even those helmets are like something that the players have to opt in. Like it's not required. And then I feel like as far as these players go, a lot of them start playing in kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of this stuff like is just from a long history of taking these hits. And like I think if we're talking like just NFL, we should probably be talking college football, high school football, middle school football, and protecting the kids before they even get to that level.
Well, I just seen a video of a man who were doing Little League, went out and tripped a kid.
Man,
he's like,
come on.
Listen, what's going on?
That's literally on my list to talk about today. Because that
was crazy, And I think that now, we living in times where people, social media, people believe that they can get out here and do anything, until they get caught or until they go to jail. Now the reality kick in, but we're living in different times, and a lot of these narratives and ideas are pushed through social media and things like that. And people, forget that there are rules and regulations.
and real life consequences.
Real life
too.
consequences to your actions.
People think they living online, and they not. This is the real world. You're gonna have to pay for some of those actions.
Yeah, and so the coach was on the news.
Q said, was he making fun of a DV issue too? I don't find Druski funny at all. I think he was in all making fun of, or in a way, making fun of, bringing light to the situations that a lot of these football players find themselves in after suffering a bunch of concussions and having CTE. CTE right now is something that can't even be really diagnosed until after a player has unfortunately passed away. But there are telltale signs leading up to their passing that something's not right. You start off a regular kid playing football, and then he's basically showing the trajectory of a lot of these players. Like they end up in domestic violence situations. They end up doing odd things that most people would question, like, well, why, if you're a football player, why are you rapping? Why are you streaming 24/7? Why are you kicking in this door? So I think he's bringing light to a situation, but at the same time using his comedy style to do it. And not a lot of people understand, as we see in the chat. You got some people like, hey, he doing what he do best. He bringing light to a situation and making us laugh. And some people are like, that's super offensive. Enlightenment 95 is saying that right now. We all know the pros and cons to football. It's what comes with it. If you're planning to get into it, why make a joke? The thing is, I don't think we all know that.
And I think
don't.
I saw an article on Amon Green, who was suffering from Parkinson's right now. And like I said, you know, this is why they get paid a lot of money, because they're putting their bodies in a situation where they may not function after this career is over with. Their body may not function correctly. And you talk about some of the best well-tuned athletes to get in the league, but when they get out of the league, some of them are, you know, physically, mentally broken down due to the activities, the bodies, the legs, the limbs, the brain may be shot.
And honestly, like, listen, and that's why I don't enjoy watching football. I don't want to say that out loud because I know Milwaukee don't play about. I don't enjoy it because I think about that. I think I know too. Like when you know too much about something, you care too much about something.
It's definitely a gladiator sport.
Like,
it's definitely a gladiator sport.
Crazy.
Yeah, and then I'm like,
don't they say it's like getting hit
in
like a small car accident or something?
By a car, yeah.
Hey, I used to put people. I used to hit people so hard.
You seen one of them football
I used to play. You know,
I have.
I love the game of football. Got me off the block.
Sports, but I'm better. But I just feel like it's one of those things where they also should be taken care of after the sport is done, and I don't feel like they do a good job of taking care of them afterwards too, and I think that concerns me as well. But man, thank you so much, Tory.
Hey,
I know you got to get going.
Hey, you know,
I appreciate.
I got to head over and finish a couple stories. You know, check out WTMJ.com. Tory Lowe. I got about 13 stories up already, so it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool for the community. Check it out. Salute to Zeta Shea in the chat. Who else I saw in the chat that sent a shout out? Zeta Shea, Sir Chance in the chat. Salute, and everybody that followed Tory Lowe. I appreciate you. All right, look, Shannon, powerful. Salute to you. I love what you and Ray Nitty are doing. I appreciate all the things that you are bringing to the airwaves and continue to do great work. Hey, look, when y'all come back, maybe Shannon will continue with more conversation right here on 101.7 The Truth. Stay locked in.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call TELNICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Cheesy. Green Bay. Got green and yellow blood in my DNA. Yeah, I'm more than a fan, I'm a teammate. How that victory tastes like cheesecake. Okay, this is my special ops song. This for all the teams we gon' stomp on. We outside, hope you outgoing. You're not scoring and undefeated, you're not gone. This is Lambeau Field, yeah. All facts, no feels, yeah. My team got a lot of history, lot of owners, lot of stock certificates. And right now, I present to you the new rival jersey, and how fittingly. Cheeseheads.
What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Maybe Shannon, and you are listening to the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. All right, this is the lunch break with Ray Nitty and Maybe Shannon. We got Brother Z holding it down on production and sound. We just interviewed Tory Lowe, Milwaukee's own Tory Lowe. We had him stay for a little bit, and we got into a conversation about Druski's most recent skit, sorry about that, where he seemed to be talking about CTE and its effects in this skit. He depicted himself as a football player that took a really hard hit, and then you kind of watched the trajectory of that player's life move on to where he's looking like he's in a DV incident with a girl. Then it looks like he's trying to become a streamer. It looks like he's in a high-speed chase. He's having all these issues, and then in the end, they're asking him questions about all these concussions he suffered. He doesn't seem to be able to answer the questions effectively, and the people around him kind of brush him off the stage, right? And we got into the conversation of, did Druski go too far, right? Is it just not funny? And the chat seems to be torn on that. You got some people that are like, hey, he did it in true Druski fashion, and it's funny. It's funny, but it's serious, and it's sparking some conversation. I want to hear from you guys. 833-212-1017 is the number to dial if you want to join the conversation. We going to get into this a little bit more. I'm happy to hear from anybody that has a take on this. So, what CTE is? It's a progressive brain disease associated with repeated impacts to the head. We're not simply saying one concussion automatically equals CTE. Researchers are especially concerned about the repeated head impacts over time. That's why I mentioned the concern needs to start far before these boys are men in these leagues, because it's reported that it is repeated hits over time that makes the difference.
And I feel like some of these players have been playing football since they were like 11.
Oh man, probably
like
even earlier.
Football.
It starts so young. Yeah, so it starts really, really young. And that's why I said it's so important that
Is it 9?
they protect them young. I'm not sure what age it starts, but I know if I had a son, he would definitely not. That'd be a no-go. I think, and I got my own take on that too. I ain't gonna start, but personally, like I said, I'm not a sports person, but I do know enough to know it ain't safe. And I have seen enough to feel like,
wait, sports in general or football?
I don't sports. I go to sports games. I like sports people, but I don't watch it too much unless box seats, courtside. Anyways, back to what we talking about. No.
Oh, okay.
Rich gang.
Never mind.
I'm playing. Let me stop playing.
You just go to sports events. Let me stop.
I just show up. I be like, go team. Yeah. Do it.
Y'all.
Good job.
This maybe Shannon, not Shannon. This maybe
Look,
Shannon.
y'all be getting Shannon when I show up to work, but it's maybe Shannon off the clock, y'all. Come on now.
No, it's that heat wave out there. It was what, 115? Yeah, no. And y'all got a football team out there? Yeah, no, playing football in 115 degree heat, getting tackled like that.
Come on now.
I got a 4-screen on the TV in here, and there's football on right now. It's Pittsburgh versus the Buffalo Bills. I don't know when this is from, but like,
yeah,
I'm just looking at this now. Imagine doing that in 115 degree heat. No,
crazy. And we got the Raiders. Y'all know what they hit. You know what? Let me shut up because I'm here in Vegas.
What?
Y'all look, somebody gonna tackle me. We have the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders.
But oh, never mind. I get it.
I was gonna say, so might as well say it. I don't know that man, but I know people that know people that know people. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Josh Jacobs came from the Raiders and he played for the Green Bay Packers, and news just broke a few days ago. Didn't he just?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, back to C2E. Worse to worse, sir. So
that's a whole different
like we were saying, a whole different conversation. We could talk off air. But anywho, like we were saying, I think the problem starts really young, and they need to start doing preventative work instead of worried about what they're doing when they go to the NFL, because I think the problem's long gone once they get to that point. Like I was reading, currently CTE can only be definitively diagnosed after death through examination of the brain tissue. So there's not even a point in life where somebody can be like, okay, you're developing this. We need to stop. We need to pause. We need to do what we can to get you on the right path. So it's not until after these players completely crash out, pass away, and donate their brains to science that it can be like for sure that they had CTE, right? Because like I said, most of the time we're seeing these things happen. We're seeing the change in these players. We're seeing them make decisions somebody with a normal brain just would not make. And a lot of times these families, like I saw this woman on TikTok that is married to a former NFL player, and she talked about how the NFL doesn't really help after they're out of the league. There's really no resources for them. And the family is left to deal with so much. I think now maybe they're starting to do something because, like I said, the heat is on. A lot of times people weren't talking about this. That's why you said they're getting sued.
Yeah, for sure. That's why, they're getting sued.
So now they're probably going to start doing something and putting plans in action for these players, because you have to think families are left to pick up the pieces after the game is over. They're not in the league no more. Now they dealing with, why is this man kicking down doors? Why does he think he's going to be a rapper tomorrow? Why is he on a high-speed chase? Why? And a lot of times, like, sadly, this results in homicide and suicide. You have so many reports of football players specifically that commit violent crimes or end up taking their lives because they can't live like that no more. So it's super important, like I said, to do preventative work instead of being like, okay, well, they got it, now what? Because you can't even confirm for sure that they have it until they're dead still to this day. So, like I said, recent research involving deceased former NFL player has again shown just how serious the concern is. So whether you thought Druski's video was funny or not, the underlying condition he's joking about is absolutely real. And that's exactly where we had the conversation about intent and impact. So if you guys want to get in on this conversation again, call us 833-212-1017. Make sure you guys join our chat. We are at 101.7 The Truth on YouTube. Join the chat. The Cousins is active today. They talking and they chiming in. RC Creation said the thing is, given the consequences, most men will still volunteer to play the game of football or boxing. Testosterone. It's true, but that's why these conversations.
And that check, they paying them. That money talk. That money talk.
I take a hit for $1 million.
Little small car accident for what? $2 million.
Look.
So that's what, $500,000 tax maybe or something, maybe a little more. Okay, bet.
Right. And you gotta think, a lot of times this is life-changing money for people, and like the conversation that
their whole family, generation money, generational wealth that we trying to get that we was cheated out of.
Hello.
Risking it for the
biscuit.
biscuit.
Then you gotta think too, a lot of times too, I feel like a lot of times the sports that are like safer, like basketball, the conversation ain't been had enough that, like, in my eyes, it ain't a trench baby sport no more. You used to have basketball players coming out of high school and having a chance. You used to have them being scouted from the hood or different places. That's my take on it. But now you have to be in all these AAU sports. You have to do this. You have to do all this conditioning. You have to do all this traveling that a lot of people don't have access to. And I feel like football is one of those sports that are still accessible. Is there a reason behind that? I don't know. But that's just what I've seen. But listen, we gonna go to break. Let me know what y'all think. 833-212-1017. Join the chat. It's going crazy right now. I'm gonna read some more comments when we get back. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna be right back. You're listening to The Lunch Break with Maybe Shannon.
Don't go anywhere. At UW Credit Union, we have best-in-class technology and peopleology. Like if you lose your card, you can stop by in-branch for a same-day replacement, or you can have a new one instantly issued to the app. So whether you prefer interacting with our snappy online interface or our in-person regular faces, UW Credit Union is always here for every you. And whichever you choose, it's the best of both worlds. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
I'm Chris Jackamick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jackamick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
What's up, Milwaukee? You are listening to 101.7 The Truth. This is The Lunch Break with Ray Nitty and Maybe Shannon. We are live at the American Family Insurance Studio in the 3rd Street Market Hall. We got Brother Z on production and sound. Listen, I got something on the menu. American Family Insurance is a proud sponsor of The Truth. For almost 100 years, they've been committed to helping families protect what matters most. Your home, your vehicle, and the dreams you're building every single day. And if you're part of the Truth audience, you already know you work hard for yours. And that's why having the right protection in place matters. American Family Insurance helps you stay ready for whatever life brings so you can focus on moving forward. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at mfam.com. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Woo! We've been getting into some things, y'all. We got more on the menu, but we gonna get there. We gonna get there. Today, we had Tory Lowe on the show. If you guys missed that, head over to YouTube and run that back. That was a great interview. Happy Friday. Zay Touche said good MFing Friday to everybody. I know that's right. Enlightenment 95 said, but is it awareness he's bringing or is he mocking those he does skits about. Huge difference. We're talking about the Druski skit as well. Sir Chauncey said, Tory Lowe, what up? Shout out to Tory Lowe for dropping in. Man, we were having a great conversation about CTE, Druski's skit. Aaron is him said, I'm late to the chat, but the Mosquito Magic Johnson joke was legendary. Corey Holcomb. I told y'all somebody made a joke about it. They was like, you can't be making jokes about that.
Yeah, no, that was funny.
Serious. AZ kind of serious too. But that's the way a lot of us, I feel like, face tough situations a lot of times, especially in our community. Y'all acting like we don't talk about race, family, trauma in a laughing matter sometimes just to get through it or just to kind of shed light on it. Like, man, that is happening, huh? It gives you them laughing but very serious moments that make you look back and really be like, you know what? Maybe we should talk about this more. Maybe I'm not alone. Sometimes it rips the Band-Aid off and makes it a little bit easier to talk about. G-Fam of 7 said, who is that talking? That's Brother Z. Brother Z, that's you. Say hi, Brother Z. No.
So,
no. Cool. That's production and sound. He tap in all the time. Man, but let's get back to it. So, sticking to the topic of sports, even Tory Lowe brought this up. We're going to get into it because apparently, cousins, some people think if their kid is playing football, they on the team too. That's what the families are thinking. And the truth of the matter is, no, you are not on the team just because your kid is on the team. All right? This week, right here in our area, a youth football game between two youth sports teams became something way bigger than football. The game was being played between, it was at Chase High School in Mount Pleasant. A 9-year-old Eagles player was running down the field during a play when a 41-year-old man, a parent, connected to the opposing team and reportedly stepped onto the field and intentionally stuck his leg out, and he tripped the child. This is a grown man, y'all. 41 years old. We're going to go ahead and play this clip for y'all.
Parents at kids' sports can always be a little crazy. They'd be yelling and arguing and carrying on.
I'm a soccer ref. I know. I've seen a lot of it. But one parent at a youth football game in Mount Pleasant Saturday took it to a whole new level. Look at this video. This parent rushes the field during a play and trips a kid who looks like he's about to score a touchdown.
Oh, boy.
Mount Pleasant police say this person was the father of a kid on the opposing team. Our Racine Kenosha reporter Ben Hansen talked with the coach of the kid who was tripped.
Like I said, I've been a part of football my whole life. I currently play for the Racine Raiders, and obviously adults, I've seen fights at youth events. I've seen stuff happen, but I've never in my life seen a grown man come on the field and he was so committed and determined to hurt. He wanted to hurt him. He had nothing but intent.
Is the kid okay after the incident?
All my kids are special, but he's one of my kids that has a natural God-given ability, and it didn't surprise me that he got up and he was ready to play again. He's a very soft-spoken kid. You won't know if he's happy or sad, but he's the hardest worker, extremely talented. Yeah, he's a tough kid. He's doing fine.
Got a good coach behind him, too. That coach told Ben the Milwaukee team has banned the parent. Mount Pleasant police found him after he left the field. They gave him a citation for disorderly conduct. That is just ugly.
Jesus. Oh, my goodness. That fall that this kid took, man, that's insane. Right now, we are talking about the parent that ran onto the field and decided he wanted to get in the field with a 9-year-old, bro. That man was 41 years old. Parent of one of the kids on the opposing team. He decided, y'all ain't scoring no more. Ran on the field and tripped one of the players that was playing against his son. Sit with that for a second. A 41-year-old man decides, I'm going to run on the field and trip a 9-year-old. I personally think he should have been charged with assault. Child abuse, if you will. The fall that little boy took was crazy. He could have really hurt himself. You could have really injured somebody getting on the field and doing something like that. You are too big and grown to think that is ever okay. Anywho, the police say that he was the father of the player of the opposing team and reportedly upset over something that happened during the game. He later admitted that what he did was wrong and he was cited for disorderly conduct. Thankfully, the child wasn't seriously hurt and the Milwaukee team reportedly banned the parent. What are we doing? Y'all, listen, in what world is that normal or okay? If you think somebody made a dirty play against your child, talk to the coach, talk to the referee, talk to the league officials, talk to God. But for you to go on the field and trip a 9-year-old is insane. And if you really genuinely believe that your child is unsafe, pull him from the game. We've had enough. I've seen enough here because you need to be in jail. I don't understand how they just cited him. He needs to be in jail. Lock him up. Man. But it doesn't stop there because earlier this month in Tennessee, a 16-year-old girl named Addison ran onto a football field during her younger brother's middle school game, tackled a 13-year-old. I'm so tired of these people, man. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? She said she believed that the player was hurting her little brother in football, tackle football. Maybe your brother playing the wrong sport. Maybe he needs to be playing something else. Maybe he can play tennis. I don't know. Softball. I don't know.
Put him in ballet.
But if you feel like somebody's hurting your brother, I'm sorry.
Put him in ballet. You got twinkle toes.
Ballet. If you're nervous that somebody is hurting your brother in tackle football, maybe he shouldn't be playing football. I already said I wouldn't. If I had a son, my baby ain't playing no football. And if you feel like, oh, I can't stand to see my baby hurt, why are they in tackle football? We have questions. These are questions. She says she believed that the player was hurting her little brother. And I understand emotion. If you have a sibling, children, or somebody that you love, watching somebody hurt them, it can make you act quick. I mean, I used to be getting real riled up when my nephew be playing basketball. Like, who they think they talking to? Y'all should hear some of the stuff I say in the stands. And maybe I went a little too far. Like, cheap, you know what I'm saying? Broke, all that. I be said everything. But to get in the field is crazy. We're going to be back after this break. Don't go anywhere. We are talking about parents and family members running on the field during high school games, during a 9-year-old's game. That's what we're talking about. Call us 833-212-1017. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
In Milwaukee County, equity means making sure everyone has a real chance to thrive. That's why the Milwaukee County Office of Equity works to help remove barriers, strengthen community connections, and support fair access to opportunities across Milwaukee County. Want to learn what they do, explore resources, or find ways to get involved? Just search Milwaukee County Office of Equity online. Milwaukee County Office of Equity, advancing equity for all Milwaukee County residents. For more information, search Milwaukee County Office of Equity online.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
What's up, you guys? Milwaukee, you're listening to the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I am Maybe Shannon, and you are listening to The Lunch Break with Ray Nitty and Maybe Shannon, of course. Brother Z holding it down with the production and the sound. And I got something on the menu. Looking for a school where scholars thrive, teachers believe, and excellence is the expectation? Milwaukee College Prep is still enrolling scholars in grades K3 through 8 for the upcoming school year. With 4 high-performing campuses, award-winning educators, and a proven track record of academic success, MCP is helping more than 2,000 Milwaukee scholars build brighter futures every day. Don't wait. Limited seats are available. Apply today at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com, or you can call 414-264-6000. Milwaukee College Prep, excellence by design, futures without limits. Man, that was all right. We just recapping right now. We started off the day by talking about my weekend, or last weekday in Milwaukee, when I was at Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club, hung out with the kids. They did their own commercials. That was nice. Y'all got to hear that. If you didn't get to hear it, go back and listen to the beginning of the episode. That was beautiful. Tory Lowe joined us, and we talked about his life and how he got into activism and what powerful and what he's doing today. We caught up with Tory Lowe. He also stayed around, and we talked about Druski's latest skit that's got the internet in shambles and got athletes talking, a lot of critics buzzing, because he was talking about CTE. He did a skit basically showing the trajectory of a player's life after pretty much being hit really hard and having CTE and the effects of it, right? So he was poking fun at, more or less, right? And it got us in the conversation. Is he just mocking these players, or is he sparking a bigger conversation about CTE and what's going on? And then we segued into the conversation about youth sports. Yeah, we talked about how this week in Milwaukee, a 41-year-old man felt the need to get in the field with a 9-year-old.
Shannon, that was in Racine. Don't put that evil on Milwaukee. That was in Racine. Case school
it happened
is in
Mount Pleasant, but it was
Mount Pleasant.
So he a Racine.
Yeah,
we gotta say a Racine father.
That's yeah.
Right, now if I look up his address and it's Milwaukee, they said it's a Milwaukee team.
Well then I'm calling the feds, because why is his address in Milwaukee and his son is playing for Racine or Mount Pleasant team, huh? Exactly.
Zach said, "Don't put that. We going through enough right now."
Exactly. They did that to Aisha Carr. I'm doing that
Milwaukee
to all them.
Milwaukee is getting a lot of heat. We getting a lot of heat right now. So you know what, we're gonna say a Racine man. How about that? Racine. Somebody gonna call from Racine. Don't put that on us. Look.
No, that's Racine. That's how people in Racine act.
That's
they
Racine
know it.
behavior.
They know it. very Racine coded.
That's Racine behavior. So a Racine 41-year-old man got in the field with a 9-year-old. Not Milwaukee. Racine. A Racine man got in the field with a 9-year-old and he tripped him. You got it. And he tripped the little boy. And he was cited for disorderly conduct. I personally feel like he should have went to jail. That's just me. Because that could have ended so badly. That's a baby. You are a grown man. And like, if you see the video of that little boy taking a tumble, he fell so hard. His little body. Like, y'all are sick. Somebody needs to check on his kids. He probably put his hands on kids. He'd probably fight them. For you to just run out there and attack a child like that. Aaron is him said, Coach acting like Pops pulled the blicky out on the field. He might as well had. Aaron is him also said, yeah, he needs to be locked up. He does. Because, like, how dangerous is that behavior, dude? RC Creations Muse said, hearing the story, I would have lost my whole little paycheck. Thought this would have been a white person for sure. I thought that too. RC, the thing is, given the consequence, okay. We are getting back into what happened before with the Druski skit. Man. But yeah, so we started talking about that, and then we talked about an incident that happened in Tennessee, like I believe it was about a week ago. It wasn't too long ago that Addison, the 16-year-old girl, ran onto the field during her middle school brothers game. And she actually attacked this player. She was trying to fight this boy. And like I said, I know sometimes when things happen, you think quick and you're immediately like, oh no, not my baby, not my brother. Hold on. But you have to understand that is not permission for you to hop on like in the field with other players, because had somebody turned around and beat that girl up, then it would have been a bigger problem. That's insane. And then, like, what made me mad about that specific situation, though, is that they, like, have interviews of her. Like, what happened? Oh, my goodness. I can't believe you had to run on the field and protect your brother. Like, they're literally trying to angle her as the victim, as if she's not a 16-year-old that ran on the field and attacked somebody. She did. Now, if that boy mama had came onto that field and dragged her, it would have been a whole bigger issue, right? It would have been positioned way different.
She would have been a problem.
Because I tell you what, you hop on that court and come in my nephew face. Might be a lockdown in place. You hear me? Come on now. Play with somebody else. Like, it's crazy to me how we talk about different situations. And like I said, the most troublesome part of that specific situation that came out of Tennessee was that she has interviews on the news positioning her as the victim, and they're not actually interviewing the actual victim. Really odd behavior.
Interesting.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
At least, right. At least old boy got a ticket, I guess. Even though both of them should be in jail. She needs to be in juvie. Or fight somebody mama. See how that work out for her. But anywho, like I said, I know most people feel like if somebody hurts my kids, we don't care what the rules say, and we want to get active.
Yeah, that's what Big C that's what Big CC texted at 833-212-1017. They said that kid's parents should have went out there and kicked them in the balls.
Man, because ain't no way. And then, like, when you think of a 9-year-old, bro, like, and I feel so bad because what if the parents just weren't there for that game or whatever? I know the parents like, bro, if I was there, and if they was there, it probably would have turned ugly. I don't know if they was there or not. And it just sucks too, because for a 9-year-old,
we getting active.
Like, yeah, and for a 9-year-old to be victim of something like that, that's traumatizing. Like, can you imagine? You just trying to play pee-wee football.
It could be, but the way that the coach described that player to be, it sounds like it could be the start of his origin story. Like, he's about to turn into a mean dude after this. He about to be like, all right, ain't nobody tripping me ever again. I'm running hurdles. I'm jumping.
Be too fast.
Yeah, you ain't catching me. What?
41, bro.
CTE. Yeah, no, I'm man. CTE. I'm jumping over that too. CTE can't even trip me the way that I'm about to be training. What? You tripping me? All right.
Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. I feel you. But I just hate, like, I'm such a mom, though. Like, I'm like, oh, my goodness, the baby. Because even when the coach was like, you'll never know if he's happy or sad. You don't know what that boy going through. And you're going to get your big grown self out there and trip that baby. Somebody ought to run you over with a lime scooter. I don't know. I'm still thinking. The jury's still out on what his punishment should be. But jail is the start. Man, youth sports are supposed to teach teamwork, discipline, and emotional regulation, winning with humility and losing with grace. How are we teaching these students and children emotional control when the adults in the stands can't control themselves?
That part.
Come on now. We need to emotionally regulate ourselves. But before we go, I got a message for y'all. I don't want y'all to go anywhere just yet, because we got one thing left on the menu. Are your finances low? Your mindset off track? Or are you ready to get into real estate? Tune in to The Journey with Coach Erica every first and third Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon on 101.7 The Truth. It's all about mindset, money, and real estate, helping you take the next step toward building a better future, y'all. Don't miss that. Tap in with us. Y'all been rocking with me all week. I've been flying solo. It's been a good week, y'all.
You did a great job all week.
We missed our dog, Ray. I'm sorry?
I said you did a great job all week, too.
Y'all heard him. One more time. No, I'm just
You did a great job all week, Shannon!
Yeah. Don't go anywhere. We got a great lineup for y'all, man. Tap in with us. Call us 833-212-1017. We got Homer Blow on the grapevine. Y'all don't want to miss that. If y'all want to watch us live in studio, that's 101.7 The Truth on YouTube. Thank you guys for rocking with me. We're going to be back same time, same place next week, 12 to 2. The Lunch Break Crew. Don't go anywhere, y'all.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from